I'm delighted to say that on Christmas Eve, if you've been following the show since the draft, you'll know this is a guy we were very, very high on going in. Washington managed to steal him at the top of the second. Sensational pick for them. And now he's really coming to his own. Johnny Newton joins the show. Johnny, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How about you?
Yeah, man, it was Christmas. So,
Merry
as people can see,
Christmas.
back home, lights are going. Are you going to get to celebrate in a decent way tomorrow?
Oh yeah, my family came in town, so it's Christmas at home still.
Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. Was there anything fun like in the locker room? Like I know we always see like, quarterbacks giving the linemen crazy gifts and stuff like that. Do you guys get to do a bit of celebrating with the team at all?
Oh yeah, for sure. Coach Q got us all a very nice present. The Christmas spirit has been going around the whole locker room, the whole facility. A lot of trees, a lot of presents going around, and just a lot of Christmas music. So everybody's been in the spirit.
Are you allowed to reveal what Dan Quinn's Christmas gift giving is like, or is it a secret behind the scenes job?
Oh, it's no secret. It was a bat, but it was pretty cool. He signed it personally, so that meant a lot to me and all the other players. I'm pretty sure it was pretty cool just to have him sign something on the bat, and the bat was pretty. It was a good bat, so we
Love that,
really
man.
appreciated it. Yeah.
Love that. And look, before we get into the hard football stuff, I do have to check. Has your wallet recovered from dinner last week yet? Have you managed to recoup a bit of the funds back
Oh yeah,
from
for sure, for sure, for sure,
pretty
for sure,
heavy
for sure, for
going?
sure. Yeah, like I said it earlier. Every rookie got to go through it. So one way or another, you gonna have to. You can't escape it. So I'm just glad I got mine's over with. It sucks because I'm
But
cheap. So
problem is if you play in the trenches, those meals are going to be way more expensive. You guys got to
yeah, a
get your
whole bunch of
calories
fat
in.
boys
You
out
got
there. Everybody
that's why
wanting
I
two appetizers, two main. I'm like, come on, man. Like, really? It
love
was
it.
alright though. I enjoyed it, so that's all that
Uh,
matters.
Before we look forward to this weekend's game, let's look back to Philly. 6 tackles for you, a sack, 3 tackles for loss. A game that got some real national attention for you. Did you feel like that performance had been coming over the last few weeks for you?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've been feeling really confident in our defensive scheme and just everything that we've been doing. I trust the coaches, and I knew with the scheme that they have planned for us, the only thing I got to do is execute. And if I execute at a high level, I'll be really successful. So just doing my job really, but at a high level. Uh, I feel like each game I've been improving in something different, and the game's just been slowing down for me lately. So I've been really comfortable and just feel really excited about what the future holds for me.
Partly scheme and partly the game slowing down. But do you also feel like fully back up to speed after the injuries, the surgeries? Has that been part of it for your rookie year?
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like I'm back to speed. I didn't have a whole off season while everybody had an off season from January till August. I was recovering from one foot to another. So I feel really good now though. I feel really excited. My body feels great, and I'm just excited to be out there.
Well, look, it was a game that we obviously paid a lot of attention to on Sunday, but I was watching back your plays today, knowing we were going to have a chat. And the tackles for loss on Saquon Barkley and Kenneth Gainwell, where you had that kind of backside pursuit.
Uh,
Like, that's a big old man chasing down an MVP candidate. Like I thought that showed crazy athleticism.
Man, I used to play running back in my day. I always tell people, man, I'm not a defensive lineman. I'm an athlete. I still got the speed, the running back speed in me. Just got the D line body now. So big man that can run fast. I love it.
Love that. And you showed a bit of that athleticism after the game as well, jumping into
Oh yeah,
section
yeah, yeah,
109. Did you have a nice chat with the fans after the game?
I did it one time before, but I was like halfway in. I like had my upper body in. So this game, I was like, might as well full send. So I ran up one swoop and cleared it. It was pretty cool though. Just engaging with the fans, seeing how happy they were. That was a great feeling for me, and I'm pretty sure for them as well. It felt unreal in the moment.
Yeah, huge divisional win, of course, and huge momentum going into the playoffs as well. I have to ask you about Jayden Daniels.
hmm
Another special day for him Sunday as well. What's it been like going through the rookie process alongside him?
Jaden Daniels. What he does is what makes him so special. Staying calm and poised in the heat of the moment. He's just always him. Like you can't even explain it. You just have to see it to believe it. And once you see it, you'll believe it. It's like he's a great kid, but it just shows we saw that in the offseason, all the work he put in, first person in the building, always here watching film early, doing the extras that it takes to be that guy, and now it's showing on the field. So we knew already, but now the rest of the world can see it.
Well, I mean, we talked about your athleticism and you being an athlete. What's it like
Hmm.
to go up against him in practice when you've got to do the ones on the ones and he's roaming around back there and looking to make plays? Like,
Oh man, that kid is fast for sure. Whenever we see him playing the game, we like, man, we feel bad for the defense line, but like we know the feeling already. So, uh, it's pretty cool seeing it like come to life. What he did, sorry, in practice, it's almost outrageous like what he does. Uh, but it's just him though. Like he's the same person every single day. He comes in the locker room. He's just another guy, honestly. Like outside of the field, he's just one of the boys. So seeing what he does on the field is crazy.
look, you talked to me about learning the scheme and the game slowing down for you and everything. And whilst, it's Christmas, we're in the, spirit of giving and everything else. But to look back on probably one of your more difficult moments from this season at the end of that Steelers game, a huge focus on that penalty. But
Hmm.
you spoke really well afterwards about the support you'd received. And I just was wondering, in the month since then, we've seen you both emerge on the field, but also I think feel like you've been more vocal. We've seen more interviews. What do you think you've learned from that experience and how has it affected your approach since?
Just learning scenarios in the game. As a rookie, first time in that scenario, you're just like, oh, let's make a play, but they wasn't going to snap the ball at all. Now that like I'm more experienced, I'm like, yeah, like I was really silly of me. But everybody has that moment, a learning moment, no matter what it is, jumping off sides, false starting, dropping the ball, throwing an interception. Like everybody has that one moment where they're going to mess up. So I'm glad I got mines out of the way. And ever since then though, like everybody in the building's always been supportive of me. So like you said, that's always a good feeling, having somebody say, "Good job, Johnny." Or like, it's okay. Like you'll learn from it. Like rather than bashing you, that's always a good feeling. People have your back.
How much has Coach Q and his experience helped you as a defensive guy, as a guy who has, done it pretty much all in this league and getting his crack back at being a head coach? But how much has your relationship with him developed this year? How much has he helped you develop and advance as a young man and as a player?
For sure. Coach Q has an input on everything that we do. He's came in and helped the D line out on a personal level, with different things, how to play differently in each scheme. So Coach Q's just he's been Coach Q. Like everything that everybody talks about him, that big defensive minded guy, knowing a lot about the defensive line, that's exactly what he's been for us. And like just outside of football, he's just he's really funny, really supportive of all of us though, and has great trust and belief in all of us. And from like young players, that means the world to us, knowing that your head coach has your back and believes in you. So it's a great confident boost for each and all of us.
Good man, you've been so generous with your time. I just want to ask about a couple of players before we get out, if that's all right. A
For
couple of
sure.
guys who are defensive side. I thought Bobby Wagner really rolled back the years on Sunday. But two or
Mhm.
three unbelievable plays where you're like, the guy's been in the league that long, shouldn't be making those pursuits and should like.
Yeah.
But I just thought it looked like 2015 Seahawks vintage Bobby Wagner. So like,
Yeah, for
what's
sure.
what's it been like being around him, working alongside a veteran and a guy who's got that kind of Hall of Fame potential?
Man, me playing with Bobby Wagner is like crazy. Every day I see him, I used to be a huge Seahawks fan, so playing with Bobby is crazy. But then seeing the work that he put in every single day, like no days off, like every single day, he like, oh, it makes sense. Like that's why he the way he is. Like the extra film he watches, the extra lifts, the extra work he does on the field is like, like once it comes Sunday, you're just like, oh, that's Bobby. Like, but like as a fan watching, I was like, man, like that guy's great. Like he's a Hall of Famer. But like now that I'm with him and in the build with him, and a lot of the times watching film with him and just seeing it firsthand, you're like, man, like it makes sense. That's why he's the way he is.
And what I love is he's lining up alongside Frankie Louvu, who is a guy who,
Mhm.
like, if you like the analytics community and like the so-called smart football people have loved Frankie
Mhm.
Louvu for a few years, but finally he's getting some national attention. He's making some big plays, and he's a guy
Mhm.
I love to watch play football as well.
Ooh, yeah, we love him, man. Always brings that different kind of energy to the defense and to the team. So I'm glad we got those two in the middle. They're great for the team, and especially for the defense.
And look, finally, before I ask about Sunday, I'm sat in South London right now, so if I don't ask about Efe Obada, I will get excommunicated from London. So, what's your relationship like with Efe? What's he been like around the locker room as a guy who's had a hell of a journey coming into the league, but been there
Yeah,
for a few years
yeah.
now and really doing his business?
Man, right before I got on this call, I just finished beating FN ping pong. Like, no joke. Like, right before I got on this call, I just beat him in ping pong. That's my buddy, man. We play ping pong about every single day, but like on a deeper level, we just always talk about things. He's a great guy. I always called him my old head because he's 10 years older than me. Always joke around with him about how much older he is. But he's a great guy. The journey he had to the NFL is crazy. He told us his story and it's just inspiring, honestly. And he's a guy with great faith and just somebody you'd want to be around. Always positive. I call him Bruff because I call
Yes,
him
bruv.
Bruff. But yeah, that's one of my great buddies on this team.
I'm definitely texting him to say I've just heard you're rubbish at ping pong, but amazing. Finally, sorry, we've taken so much of your time. Really appreciate it,
Nah,
man.
you're good.
The Falcons this Sunday. Is Michael
Mhm.
Penix a guy you watched much in college? Excited to face him in just his second NFL game. It's definitely giving them a lot more buzz over the last couple of games.
For sure. Me and Mike, I knew Mike since high school. We from like probably like 15 minutes away from each other, 20 minutes away. So I knew Mike before Mike was, this big superstar. Back when he was in high school with the same kind of hair I got, playing basketball. Uh, but just seeing the journey that he had from Indiana to Washington to now the Falcons is crazy. Me and Mike have the same agent, so I started the trash talk already. Uh,
That's
like
what
I
we
said,
want
we
to hear.
just like playing against somebody you like grew up like just knowing. So it's really cool seeing that Mike is the starting quarterback now. I'm really happy for him, but not this week. So tone it down a little bit. Tone it down a little bit this week. But no, it's really cool seeing somebody like that get into that position, and I'm happy for him.
Love it. Thank you so much, man. We really appreciate your time, particularly on Christmas. Have an amazing day tomorrow. Have a great game on Sunday, and hopefully we'll see you doing some business in January as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you, bro.